doing a practice run. Notice something wrong with that weight there. Yeah, I've mistimed my jump because, well, first of all, it hasn't gone into a ball when it's jumped, but second of all, notice that weight does not have a chain on it. I've seen this before. It's strange. Where's my sound gone? Now I've got to get back up there, don't I? Let's see. See if it still looks like that. It's very strange. This is on the Japanese cartridge. I've only ever seen it on this one. It's it has the chain this time. It's very peculiar. I don't know why that would disappear. Someone obviously upsets the sprite limiter, because I think those are pretty low priority sprites, the chains. Never mind, it's not important. But that is. I shall see you soon.
I'm Sonic Nukem, and it's time to kick Dr. Robotnik's ass. Hang on a minute, this isn't Duke Nukem. Actually, it's crashed.
Oh my god, that's not a good start, is it? What bloody hell?
Oh well. I'm High Treason, and this is Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I'm using a Game Genie, but as you will see, I've left this in, so you can see that I'm not cheating. What it is, I have a Japanese cartridge. It doesn't fit in my European Mega Drive. So, thank you, Galoob, you inadvertently designed a regional lockout bypass machine. So, yeah, that's quite convenient. I have my 1980s TV here, and it's got one of those round screens. It makes me feel a little bit sick. I don't know how many zones we'll be doing per video, but hey, is there something in that tree? I don't think it doesn't matter anyway, does it? I haven't played this game in quite a while, actually, so I'm a little rusty. Things will pick up. You give me a couple of levels. I suspect I can probably do 2 whole zones in about 10-15 minutes, depending on the zones, because some of them are a long slog. Labyrinth probably get its own video dedicated to it. Can't promise that I'm going to get all the Chaos Emeralds. I used to be able to, but of course times change. Right, the exit's not here, is it? Ugh. As per usual, I don't play so well once I start recording. Let me grab some marshmallows. And have any tea. My pasta I burnt in. I'm not in the mood to cook again. Pardon me, so I'm going to be burping a bit. Right, I think the emerald's to the right here at the moment. It is. Now, I grew up on a Super Nintendo. Well, I grew up on an Atari 7800 and MS-DOS computer, but most of what I played when I was a kid was a Super Nintendo. I was a huge Nintendo fan. Me and my friends all were. We used to bash the kid who had the Sega Mega Drive. I regret that. It's on par. Can't have a 16-bit debate with me because I refuse to say one is better than the other. Technically, the Super Nintendo's better, but games are just as entertaining on both systems. Emeralds, why do I have to collect rings? It was better in Sonic 3. It's my favourite. But it doesn't seem right to go, I'm going to play Sonic... No good! Of course, I won't. It's a bit difficult. I've got my European Mega Drive controller, and it's a teensy bit knackered. The down and up on the D-pad are a bit touchy. And I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because I'm used to playing it at the 60Hz frequencies on the Wonder Mega, but my TVs can't pick that up, so I have to play it on my PAL console. So we're going to have slow-ass music and slow-ass gameplay, I expect. I think this is the exit. It is! No! I got it! I got the ring! And you saw me go out the edge of the screen. That was peculiar. Marshmallows. It's like a drinking game. Hate this special stage. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Next one's easy. Let's see, it's through that way, isn't it? Well, you're not beating me, bitch. High-pitched voice won't help anything. Ah! Well, at least I'm not dying. Failure. I didn't fail before. Why am I a failure at this game now? I used to be the best. Maybe I should stop trying to eat and play at the same time. Probably a good idea. This control pad's disgusting. My hands stick to it. I mean, every man and his dog have played with this control pad. This is taking its time. This is no Chaos Emeralds to get in this. Third act, no Chaos Emeralds. It's just a good run through the level. Sonic! Sonic! I can remember when I first discovered that the Mega Drive was called the Genesis in the United States of America, because I had a friend who was from America. He was brilliant. He was a bloody genius. He's probably a millionaire by now, but nonetheless, he had a Sega Genesis. I remember him sitting there. He had all these step-down transformers wired up to pretty much everything he owned, and he was going on about it. It's like, you know, we was talking about consoles. I'm like, what consoles do you like anyway? I like the Super Nintendo. He went, I like Sega Genesis. And this was like 2003. I'm like, I didn't think Sega made consoles anymore. I hadn't heard of that. It's a Sega Genesis. Everybody knows the Sega Genesis. I'm like, no. He's like, well, here it is, my Sega Genesis. Model 2. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, it's a Sega Genesis. I'm like, nah, it's a Mega Drive. That must be a bootleg or something. I swear down, it's a Genesis. Everybody calls it Genesis. In the end, obviously, we figured out. Just a different name overseas. In the end, he was calling it the Mega Drive, because you'd go somewhere and you'd be talking about, hey, what consoles do you play, buddy? I like Sega Genesis. Well, what is this Sega Genesis? I've never heard of it. You goddamn English people, it's a Sega Mega Drive. It was quite amusing. Have to call it the Mega Drive. Mega Drive sounds gay. That's what it is. Yeah, put too much weight on those and they'll set fire. I don't think I have to explain everything. Everybody's played this game and everybody's done a let's play of it. So, I don't have to explain anything. I think I can just goof off if I want. Or whatever. Just say random things. Pardon me. Sega Genesis. God, that was amusing though. It used to be great listening to him when, you know, the more I hung about with him, he'd like started to pick up on British things. So he'd be like saying in like British swear words and stuff. Be like, "You're a twat." It's like, I'm a what? A twat. Like, a twat. No, a twat. It's like, ah, yes, you mean twat. Ah, I get it. Yeah, you're putting too much emphasis on the A. It's as if you're adding an R there. I'm from the United States. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're gonna use British words. You will pronounce them properly. You don't pronounce it properly. Yeah, it used to be quite amusing. I'm insulted. Hey, I mistimed my jump last time I played that, if I remember rightly. I'm quite a lot there. Ah! That's what the shield's for. Ooh, that thing's still around. Stupid thing! Oh, I don't have enough rings. You can actually come back on screen when the writing's there. Jump back on at just the right time. I'm amazed not many people know that. Marble Zone, it's so bland and boring. I would play the 8-bit versions of these games at some point. That'd be good. I wonder what time we're at anyway. We can check while this platform's going. Ah, cheap death here. I prefer to jump this bit. Something's up with the collision there. You saw it go wrong actually that time, but it didn't kill me this time, so it's not so bad. I love that PSG bit there though. Oh yeah, I think we'll finish Marble Zone, I'll cut the video, and that can be one part. Get this right. Yes. It's difficult, like I say, I have to really hit the down key on this, well, key, button, direction on the D-pad. I am playing it on the real Mega Drive, you know what I'm like. It's the real hardware or not at all. It's my way, or hell, it's my way. And it's my way, so it's real hardware. We're not screwing around. It's a Model 1 Mega Drive, manufactured in December of 1990, I think this one is. Hey, look, he jumped without spinning. Yeah, don't worry if you miss, you can just go in here. But there we go. Now, what it may be worth doing, you can jump these. Look, there we go. Don't even need those little platforms on the lava. Those are for noobs. Don't think the word noob invented when this game came out. There wasn't any such word as gamer. You were just called a nerd. Thing is, modern day gamers are just a bunch of faggots. They're all like, it's Call of Duty. They're all like 14 years old and they're like, yeah, Call of Duty, kicks ass, there's nothing like it. I'm like, yeah, I remember when I was a kid and games were like hardcore, they would kick your ass. Like, look at Duke Nukem, that game's hard as hell, yet it's still fun. Or it is, you put it on hard. I mean, the easier modes are too easy, as I've recently complained about, but they're much harder than Call of Duty. You can walk through that game, blindfolded. See, it's not like I don't play these newer games. I don't own the systems, but I know people that do. They're like, oh dude, I've heard about this game, I want to go on it. And then they'll diss it, because it sucks. It's like, right, I'm not impressed by this. Its power-ups are wasted, I feel. But, you know, it's like, well, this game sucks, I don't like it. So, you know, I actually have a right to say the game sucks. But, no, they're just not what they used to be. Fighting games now, I'm not a big fan of fighting games, those suck. I miss Killer Instinct. You started that game, you got that... Whatever happened to metal in games? I mean, bloody hell. If you got a game that's got lots of action in it, metal sums it up nicely. I mean, that's what I want. I want a game that's about punching the living crap out of people. Even perhaps after they're dead, if I can get an ultra combo. And the game would do that to you as well. It would rub it in. And you had the humiliation dance too, just to rub it in when you beat the second place. Like, humiliation! But then you start the game and you got that kick-ass metal theme to it. It's like, yeah! That makes me want to go and beat the crap out of something. It's brilliant. It's not like now you'd get some like, I don't know, generic what they class as video game music. Probably sounding like a poorly emulated NES, more than likely. Like Mega Man 9. Actually, that game's got good music, but it doesn't sound like the NES, no matter what anybody says. But I don't think it's supposed to. I think it's only meant to be resemblant of it, and if that's the case, good on them. But I'm getting a bit tired of all this 8-bit stuff. What's so great about the NES? It's got Zelda on it, and it's got Zelda on it. It's like, well, big whoop. I don't like Zelda. Okay, the original Zelda I could appreciate for what it did for the gaming scene, but that's about the extent of it. Beyond that, not interested. Oh man, this sucks. Slow-ass platforms. Especially on the PAL console. Worth pointing out, the European version of this game is less advanced than the Japanese one I'm playing now. Like all the parallax backgrounds, like the clouds that are moving on Green Hills, and we didn't have that. We just had one fixed layer of parallax, if I remember correctly. Japan really screwed us over a lot in games. I think the same stands for the United States release of this game, that it's less advanced than the Japanese one. Wonder why. Well, I think when it first came out over in Japan it was the same, but they got a later revision and we didn't. How is that fair? It's just not. On the other hand, it seems that Sonic 2's second revision was released over here because my Sonic 2 cartridge has one of the glitches with the sound test fixed, so that would imply that we got the second revision of that at least, but I'm not sure. My cartridge for that's a bit freaky anyway, so... Oh, boss time, and then it's the end of the part and I can eat some more marshmallows. It's Dr. Robotnik. Oops. Ah, we'll have him anyway. Gonna have fun editing those blue borders out of this thing. Oh well, I'll see you in part 2 of Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. It's a Sega Genesis, no such thing as a Mega Drive. I've never heard of no Mega Drive. I think you're the one who's using the bootleg, because it's always been, and always will be, Sega Genesis. Oh, bloody hell, not this zone.